حي على الفلاح.
O Allah, send your peace and blessings upon Muhammad. O Allah, send your peace and blessings upon Muhammad. O Allah, send your peace and blessings upon Muhammad. O Allah, send your peace and blessings upon Muhammad, whose staunchest of enemies could never doubt his integrity, whose heart stayed awake even when his body slumbered, and who for 23 years served you by serving your creation, not taking a moment for himself even once. O Allah, send your peace and blessings upon Muhammad, who taught us to visit the sick and honor the elderly, to be patient and forgiving and to give of our wealth, to love for others what we love for ourselves, and to always try only our best. O Allah, send your peace and blessings upon Muhammad, who taught us to respect and honor all human beings irrespective of their religion, color, race, gender, or class, who spoke out against racism in all of its forms and reminded people of all backgrounds until this day that your divine love extends to any and all peoples from your creation. O Allah, send your peace and blessings upon Muhammad, who taught us to take care of our hearts, who lived in pursuit of justice and truth, and whose mercy was unmatched by any who have walked on this earth. O Allah, send your peace and blessings upon Muhammad, who was brave and confident, humble and sincere, who spoke little but always spoke good, who acted justly with others and never demanded justice for himself, who walked with dignity and self-respect and taught us how to love each other and importantly love ourselves. O Allah, send your peace and blessings upon Muhammad, whose presence was so powerful that his absence caused the trees to weep, whose light was so distinct that it was brighter even than the moon, whose station was so exalted that parts of paradise closed off to the chieftains of angels his blessed sandals walk through. Ya Allah, thank you for our prophet, our teacher, our guide, your beloved Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. That you, O Muhammad, were not sent for any reason other than to be a mercy for the worlds. When Abu Dhar and Bilal are fighting, radiallahu anhuma, and emotions are escalating, and they go back and forth until Abu Dhar calls Bilal the son of a black woman. And everybody is silent because they all hear what Abu Dhar has said. Your prophet gets angry. All of us are the children of a black woman, he says, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, referring to Hajar, peace be upon her. You can't be racist and merciful at the same time. If you don't let your kids marry someone from a different culture, you won't even let them marry from a different village of your country, you are not following the mercy of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If you're in a place where you think that it's okay to raise your voice, let alone raise your hand, Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha, she says of the messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam that the messenger of God never struck a woman or a servant or a child ever. That on one occasion there is a man who is abusing a young boy and he hears a voice behind him that says, Allah has more dominion over you than you do over this child. And he turns and he sees that it is the Prophet alayhi salam, and anger is apparent on his face. And he says, Ya Rasulullah, he is free from this. And your prophet, sent as a mercy to this world, says to this abusive man, good, because had you not done so, you would have burned in the fire like a flaming coal. It is not of the sunnah of the mercy for this world to just sit back and watch oppression take place in front of his eyes. How many stories do you need to hear before you start to adopt what it is that the Prophet actually taught you? What do you need to break out of your system so that you can see your own goodness and beauty and be a source of luminosity for this creation? And if you're not gonna do good, just stop hurting people's hearts, man. If you can't be kind, you can't be gentle, you can't be generous, you can't be compassionate, at least don't be a reason that people have dread in the world. Be the reason people have hope in the world, but never be the reason that people have dread in this world. In the same way somebody tells you that people love the Prophet so much that they would just sit where he sat just so they could sit where he sat, You gotta love him so much that you get angry at things that he got angry at. You gotta love him so much so that you understand mercy, love, compassion, kindness, gentleness is rooted in the ability to deconstruct and take on societal ailments and illnesses. What is all of this about other than getting us ready for what it is that's going to come after this place? Are you ready? I went to Turkey right after the earthquakes, and I sat with people who lost everything, man. I'll tell you a few different things that became aware to me in that moment. One, I asked them, what would you like me to tell people when I go to speak to them about what you've seen? And they said, tell whoever it is that you see that we are grateful for their support and their du'as and all of those things. But more importantly, tell them not to waste any time. And they said none of us woke up that day thinking that this was going to happen to us on this day. Nobody got up thinking that the world was going to shake like it was Yawm al-Qiyamah. Nobody thought that the buildings were just going to fall all over the place. Don't waste time arguing over silly things. Don't waste time fighting and gossiping and lying and backbiting. Don't waste time in unnecessary quarrels. Tell people that you love them. Tell people that you value, that you're grateful for them. Be kind to those who are waiting for you to share their kindness. وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. Your Prophet ﷺ was not sent to do anything other than spread mercy, love, compassion, kindness, softness in this world that is in need of Muslims to start living in this way. And you know what's crazy? As I was seeing beauty in human form in those places, individuals digging through the rubble with their bare hands to hopefully find someone still breathing, but at the very least return the corpse of a loved one to a family that was longing to just honor the rights of their deceased brothers and sisters. People who hadn't slept for days because they were going as far as they could to bring simple bottles of water to people who had no water whatsoever, let alone electricity, light, basic necessities of medicine, food. This is what humanity is capable of. You gotta think about why Allah gave you what He gave you. And are you using it the way that He wants you to use it? How would you feel if your prophet came into your home and saw what you watched and what you listened to and what you read and this and that? How would you feel if you knew he came in, and what would he say to you in terms of the way you carry yourself in this world? Don't impose your insecurities on the best of creation, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. My prophet would not walk into a space and start pointing out to people everything that was wrong with them. My prophet's sunnah was rooted in being a person of mercy to the world. He would go and find what was inherently good within people and help them to recognize it so they could see themselves the way Allah sees them, and to elevate them through that goodness and to bring them to a place where they could be in recognition of the fact that they too can have a relationship with Allah. Let that mercy emanate from you. You don't need somebody's permission to go out and do good, and nobody can benefit from the good that you don't do. Don't be scared, Allah is with you. Don't be scared, the next world is real. Don't be in a place where you are stricken just by what is tangible and what is seen. Right now, literally, you can't necessarily experience it, but in this gathering, according to our book and our prophet's sunnah, there are angels that are all over the place. Barakah is just emanating and showering you. There are so many things on a metaphysical level that just because these eyes don't see them doesn't mean that they're not happening. You just gotta trust in it. Allah's promises are true. Allah's messenger speaks only the truth. Be bold enough to live a life of rahmah. Be bold enough to live a life of compassion. Make us authentic, attentive, empowered, and bold, courageous, compassionate, consistent, and considerate. Make us people of high ethics, those driven by morals and values, those who are fair and have deep committed faith. Make us people who are fearless and ease the distresses of this world, those who are generous and grateful and do only what is good. Make us intelligent, honest, and those who honor the rights of all creation, those who have knowledge and understanding of the seen and unseen, and the wisdom to use that knowledge for the best of reasons. Make us loving and loyal and those who listen with sound hearts, patient and peaceful, poised and polite. Increase us in selflessness and never selfishness, sincerity and never self-centeredness. Make us truthful and trustworthy and those who love truth. Make us those who live these values, those who live our Islam, the way our Prophet lived his values in Islam each and every day. Make us and our loved ones those who are granted his intercession, those who are blessed to drink from his hand on that day, and grant us the tawfiq in this world to embody the actions and character of those who are blessed to be in his company in the world beyond this one. Ya Allah, thank you for our Prophet, our teacher, our guide, your beloved Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. Make us from amongst the best of his followers. We turn to you on this night and ask of you to send your choicest salutations, peace and blessings upon him.